Since we don't really have a chairman, if you all wouldn't mind me playing chairman for a little while until we elect one, okay? Is that all right? All right, so for the purpose of minutes, can we, call this meeting to order at, I have 6:05. What time do you have? 6:08. 6:08. So 6:08, the meeting's officially called 6:08. And we have present staff, Chaz Perez, Dora, you're present, city manager. We also have representing the Visitors Tours Bureau, we have representing the chamber, Ashley. And Ashley, can you spell your last name for her?
Lehman.
And we have Mr. Danny Tejada representing the 4A. We have Roy Idrick representing FEDC. Then you can list the other members when you have a chance that are absent, okay? So we do have a quorum, we've established a quorum. Can we stand for an invocation, please? Looks like I've done this in my school. Mr. Tejada, would you like to lead us in prayer, please?
Go ahead. I'll yield to the chairman.
Do not put me on this board. Oh, dear Father, we ask you for your wisdom, your grace, and your understanding. We ask that you be with us and guide us, and do the things that we need to do to help our families, our community, and the city of Floresville. These things we ask in your Son's name. Amen. Amen. If we could do the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I
Pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, everybody, for putting up with me. Okay, so there is no old business because this is the first time this board has met and since they've been seated. But do we have any citizen comments? Okay. So we have no old business, so this is the first time we've met since the council has appointed new board members. And so we need to definitely consider the action to elect officers. Did you bring copies of the bylaws?
Yes, she has a copy of the two-step and the bylaws that we're
Okay.
gonna hand out,
I
yes.
just want to check in the bylaws exactly what officers we have to elect. I know it's chairperson.
It's a chairman, a treasurer, or like a secretary into this.
3 directors, so we are in quorum. Officers numbered to be appointed. So we have a chairman of directors, a vice chair,
Vice chair.
a secretary, and a treasurer. So everybody's going to have an office. And so the ones that's really, really important for us to have is we definitely need to elect the chair, so I can turn this meeting over to the chair. And then we need to elect a secretary. Let's do a treasurer. That way, Dory, if you take a minute until we have a secretary. But these are the positions that you can appoint. Please, if you're going to elect somebody, I think they should be present so that they know. But the key, I think, components right now would be the chairman of directors and treasurer for this wonderful board. So I'm seeking nominations for chairman of the board.
I nominate Roy or Ashley.
Nominate Danny.
Right? Do you care to be chairman?
Huh?
Do you accept the nomination?
Got too much on my plate, so.
Ashley?
That's good.
That's just like, I'm running the chamber and I got kids. If you want, what we can do is table this at this point in time until we have a complete board. Is that fair? That other members will give them opportunity, they may not be as busy, because I know you sit on 2 boards, you're the chamber and you sit on the board. So if that's okay, can we table that?
You just temporary until we get it.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see how temperate it is.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I look for a motion to table this first item. Is that okay?
I motion to table and we keep Henrietta Turner as the chairman until further notice.
I'll keep coming back until I'm not meeting anymore. I don't normally come to these meetings, do I? I think she's been to more meetings. Okay, so then that would take care of items A, B, right?
Item,
Okay, if we could just talk for a second, this is something new. We had a two-step one that we put out before, but this is a new one that I got out of TML. This is so this is the two-step, and it talks about, what it means and how, what hotel and motel tax can be used for. And so we just wanted to share that with the board, and we'll make sure the other members get it. And you should have a copy of the bylaws as well, okay? So the key thing that we want to discuss on this issue is that you need to have heads and beds. So that's something that we need to be able to talk about, is heads and beds. Fireworks is definitely an example they give all the time that you don't qualify for, but heads and beds is what we're promoting for this. This is a tax that is assessed to the hotel, and so it's not necessarily sales tax. Sometimes people get confused, but this is the wonderful tax that you're gonna pay hotel. So that's gonna have to be a key component. And the second one, there's like 9 criteria. But one of them talks about promoting the city of Floresville, promoting the hotels. So those things are really, really important. Okay, so what we're doing differently this year that we've done in previous years, the last board decided to do giving money after the event rather than pre the event. So you used to apply, and then they go through the criteria, and then they would go to the council to get money. The council said yes, and then they had their event. The council said they wanted to make sure that they could have their event even if we did not give them money. And so we have Bola, which is the best one of the ones. She's actually taught us some things about how to do that.
I wouldn't say that.
The Opry has been here and applied several different times. And so what we're asking them to do is they've had events for 2018, is that correct?
Yes,
2018?
and 3 in
2019.
but I'm just here for this year,
For
for the
2019.
3.
For the 3, okay. So
January, February, and March.
So she's had these events already, and so now she's asking for them, but she has been a yeoman into reference to produce a direct connect between the hotel heads and beds and her event. That they came here for her event, not just haphazardly that I had a cousin in town. And so I think she can go over and review her things, and we'll follow along. If you don't mind, I'll turn it over to Viola Ginky from the Floresville Opry.
Here, I'll. And Danny has.
Do you have one? Here's one. Okay, then you get the extra. Okay.
Anyway, I represent the Wilson County Historical Society, and as a fundraiser, we have the Floresville Opry. And we started it in November of 2011, and we promote the city of Floresville. Floresville has a lot to offer. It has a historic downtown, and then on all of our advertisement, we advertise, ask for special Opry discounts at the Floresville Hotel. Show your receipt to receive 2 free tickets. And we list the hotels, and I've gone to all of the hotels and have their price. And on every advertisement, we put that. And let's see what else here. And we're attracting, well, like this last Opry, we had, let's see, I guess about 40 people that were winter Texans, and they came from Wisconsin, South Dakota, Minnesota, Nebraska. I was just amazed at all of the different states that they came.
How did they hear about it?
They, this one person was at the golf course, and they told, well, what's there for excitement around here? And so they told them about the Opry, and then I think we had the whole trailer park, and they came down and they shopped in stores. I was just real excited about it. And we've had, they show their hotel confirmation number, and we give them 2 free tickets.
That's great.
And so I have a very accurate record of who stayed. Last year, we had around 40 that I had confirmation numbers for. And for January, February, and March now, we had 15 that have stayed. The last Opry, I had 6 that turned in. But I think it's actually more, but people don't mind paying the $10, and they won't tell us.
Yeah.
You know, I want them to tell us so I know, but anyway, word of mouth is good, and then I advertise in the Polka News, and here's our ad there. And that's out of Houston, and so we
Oh,
get.
this is out of Houston?
Yes.
Now, one of the requirements for the two-step advertising is that you can't necessarily take credit for anything advertised locally. And so.
Yes,
when
I'm
the
aware of
Opry-
that.
So when the Opry advertises in Houston and other areas, that means that people would have to come here, they'd have to stay in a hotel as an assumption. And so that's why it's really important for us to advertise outside of, not that I don't love the Wisconsin News, because we do, it's just that it won't produce what we need in reference to hotels. You said you had, can you, give us something, or you can give it to us later on, the cost for this, just so that we can say that you advertise, like what it cost you to do that? And then,
Okay, yes.
any of those, receipts or something from the hotels that say those people actually were there during this time frame, it really helped me with my documents.
Okay, so you want the confirmation numbers?
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
And then,
Just the invoice or whatever, I mean, I'm not saying
Okay,
okay for it, say invoice or ever, just to say, so
Mhm.
it'll give like a, say this cost you X amount of money, and so this, and the hotel motel tax supported you at this level,
yes, okay.
you know,
Uh,
because if
can
this
I-
cost you $200, and then I gave you $2,000, they'd be like, well, that's not equitable, so that's when you say that you have that.
Right,
And you can provide it to us later.
yeah, I
Be
can get it to you
actually,
tomorrow.
To one of them,
Oh,
Chaz
okay.
or Dora.
Okay, sure. Wilson County News is one of our sponsors, so we get, she'll run the flyer 2 weeks before the event, and then just a small one the 3rd week before. And the jailhouse museum, what we're trying to raise money for now is the state has designated the jailhouse museum as antiquities landmark, and it had rained in, and the plaster was falling off of the wall, and so we had to take everything out of there and are trying to raise money. Our silent auction, all of the money is going toward the jailhouse museum fund, so
What is it gonna cost to fix that up?
a lot. We'll have to have a lot of Opry's.
Well, and y'all own the building, or who owns the
No,
building?
the county
The
does.
county does?
But they claim they don't have any money.
When you say lots, like, you know, what are you talking? About how much?
No, I'm not working closely with that, so I can't give you any figures, but I know it won't be cheap.
Yeah.
Well, I think that jailhouse has 3 historical connotations to it. And so you even have to be, not any roofer can fix it, that's part of the
Right.
problem as well.
So,
Because it has 3 historical connotations, so you have to get someone who's certified and can even get up on that roof because of the historical value that those.
Yes,
that
and
building
that's
has.
what is costly, is.
The preservation.
Yes.
celebration of it.
Mhm.
Because like I said, not 1, not 2, but 3. And so that is a cost. So, but that is one of the fundraisers that you're doing from the money, giving back to the.
Community,
Mhm.
and to the city of Floresville, basically, because it's right downtown, and it's a good thing. You know, people come there. I know it's been closed for 2 years, and like at the Peanut Festival, we had so many people that wanted to tour it.
Yeah.
So, it is an attraction.
Can you tell us, for the 3 events that you had here, well, what's your average attendance? I'm just, so I can make notes to myself.
Oh gosh, around 350.
It's,
I have it,
340.
yeah,
okay.
On the third page.
Oh, I see. And what is your request this time?
my request would be 5,100, which would be 700 for the featured artist, and which that's a draw whenever we have named entertainers. Let's see, where did I put that? Well, this time it's going to be Freddie Cruz. And then in May is Justin Trevina. June is Jared Akers. July is Steve Griggs. August the 8th is Monty Good. Billy Mata is September the 5th. Bobby Flores is October the 3rd. Rocky King is in November. And Jeff Woolsey is in December. If you want to, you might be interested. We always have 2 headliners and then our band, and we have a very good band.
So you're asking for 5,100?
5,100 for the past 3.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I believe that the offer has been a positive benefit for Floresville. I've gone to a couple that were, when they were here.
Yeah.
And I don't see any reason why we cannot support this project as it's presented at $5,100.
Yes, and for the benefit of the board, we have not dispensed any funds this year, this fiscal year, to anyone so far. We do have some other applications, but I would have to agree. I think they're actually the model that I use going forward.
Yep.
Do you have any other questions or discussions?
I have a question. Can we get Viola on our board? I feel like the Historical Society is very key to visitors and
You
tourism.
talk to her, I love to have her. She knows
I
everybody.
think that's what will bring people to Floresville. We have a lot of good history in Floresville, and I think that we should make that a priority to help fix that up, because that will attract a lot of tourism.
Yes, and so definitely, I think maybe if we could look at a facade grant that we have from EDC, I mean,
That's
what
what I
better
was-
facade can we go for than
That's what I was thinking.
to fix it up? I mean, it's not to exceed 7,500, but if we
It's
can
a
get
help.
7,500 and then they meet the other 7,500, then we have 15,000 now,
Oh,
so everything.
for the jailhouse, you're
Yes,
thinking?
ma'am. Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
that would be fantastic.
You know.
I mean, we could do that.
It's a grant facade that FEDC has. I'm not reinventing the wheel, but I mean, I think we can definitely see the historical value. I know that EDC is focusing on, correct me if I'm wrong, Roy, they're focusing on downtown revitalization is
Right.
gonna be their focus, and clearly this is something that is downtown.
It's
in
right
history.
downtown, and
Yes.
that would be wonderful. And, I mean, I've had people to, like I said in here, that asked you, where are you from? And they said, oh, that's where they have the Floresville Opry.
Oh,
It makes you feel
I've
proud.
seen people come in canes and wheelchairs, and then they get up on their floor to dance, and it's like they forget.
It's a miracle.
I'm thinking, is there something in the water or something? I mean, I've seen them come in, they kind of slow, but then they get some couples out there. I was on Facebook just the other day, and I saw a couple out there. They are really quite the showmen out there. on that
I
floor.
will get different emails from people, and, well, I put in here this one email from this Judy. I don't know, y'all may want to read
I
that.
saw that. Let me ask you, Mrs. Sankey, is this the only Opry in the area? Are
Yes.
there others like this in Texas though?
Ours is unique because we have dancing. All of the other Opries are theater type, where,
Concert.
yes, concert. In fact, I went to Portland here about a week and a half ago, and they just had these kind of chairs just all lined up and just had, singers. No one has dancing. And that's what they like about ours, is the dancing. And I mean, the dance floor is packed.
And the food is not anything to
Yeah,
laugh
well,
at either.
the food is real good, Outlaw Catering and Snoga's, and I try to, but not too many people want to cater for us because I can't tell them how many plates. And so, but they've been serving like $2.25 to $2.50. And we don't get anything out of it, but it is an
Sure.
it makes it, because it starts
Convenient,
early,
yeah.
convenient.
Mhm.
It starts early and it's over by 9:30, and so people can get home to watch the news.
And so there's another local economy, because it's usually a local vendor that's able to do
Mhm.
that.
I like the arts aspect of this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bringing the music into our community. That's how people spend their money. It's either gonna be for sports or entertainment.
Mhm.
So this is great for,
And we started having it monthly, and it is the only reoccurring entertainment event that is in Floresville that I know of. I mean, y'all may know. Is there any other things for the mature people, or old folks, or whatever you want to call us?
Lisa has pickleball.
Well, I know it used to be quarterly, right, and then
Yes.
then it moved to.
To monthly.
Monthly.
And I know I go to too much trouble. I have tablecloths, and I fix centerpieces, but
No.
that's an attraction.
Mhm.
Some people-
Don't quit, don't quit, something good going.
Right, yes, uh-huh.
Yeah, and I mean, for me personally, I think it was like last year or year before, the pastor's wife was singing, and so, she had like little followings, and so she was
Yes.
inviting everybody at our Sunday school to go, and so
Mhm.
I think it was standing room only, because everyone wanted to see the pastor's wife do that, as long as one of the deacons, I think, was singing as well, and so
Yes.
it's not just paid entertainment, but some local vendors.
Yes,
Some local
uh-huh.
entertainment as well.
So it's on the second Thursday, right, you said?
No, the first Thursday
First
of each
Thursday,
month.
okay.
Mhm.
See, I'm always in council meetings,
Mhm.
so I can't
Yeah.
sit down, I have council meetings, I can line dance.
All right,
So.
the motion is that we approve the funding request.
Okay, I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so what we'll have the secretary do is to write a recommendation along attached with this information to be in the next city council meeting.
Right.
Which I believe is April 11th. Please don't quote me on that one. Is that the first Thursday of the month? And.
April 4th.
April 4th. And so it'll be on that agenda.
April the 11th, be the second Thursday.
Oh, the second Thursday, yeah, April 11th.
April 11th, so then we can put on the agenda that you all are recommending it. And if someone from the board would like to be there to represent, say yes. If not, since I was able to participate in this meeting, and thank you so much, I'll be there to represent and make a recommendation to do so. Again, I don't see anybody opposing it, because you've been there before. And again, this is the first one we've done for this fiscal year. So there's funding there available.
And I noticed that, I always look, because I travel on 181 every time I get in the car. The hotels are booked, I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't say booked,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of cars
Yep.
there.
Kennedy Card City, they have a lot of people staying there.
Mhm.
Yes.
And the
real
same thing
good.
here in Floresville.
That's what I'm saying, in
Yeah.
Floresville
Yeah.
hotels.
But we were really concerned at one point in time though, because the oil boom kind of slowed down.
Yes, but
So
it's
I could
picked up.
say, yeah, they're under 50, but it's been pretty consistent above 50, 60, now back up to 80%, which is really, really good, so we're really
Right.
happy.
Mhm.
And I know that we encourage a lot of our entertainers that come here for the event center to stay at the Holiday Inn and others.
Mhm.
Actually, ironically, we just had our landscaper that was here overnight, and he stayed in town at one of our local hotels so that he could get up early in the morning to prepare the fields, and he stayed here. That counts 2 heads. Heads and beds we're pushing, so thank you, Viola, we really appreciate it.
Sports and entertainment, that's gonna be our next,
Yes, so,
bringing visitors in.
we'll make the recommendation, and then I just need you to write me a
Is
memo.
there anything that y'all would need for this
Other
grant that you're speaking of?
We would need specs, cost, that's about it.
Vonell, if you come see me at City Hall, I'll
Mhm.
introduce you to the executive director, and he can get you the application thing, but it is online, I know you like to go online. Under FEDC, it's called a facade grant,
Okay.
if you wanna look it up.
Yeah,
But if you
okay.
want to just stop by City Hall, I'll be more than happy to introduce you to John Rodriguez, the new EDC director for,
I went to the chamber meeting and he had a presentation. I was real impressed.
yeah,
He seemed like he's very interested in the city.
yes, and he should be able to walk you through and get you on the next agenda when you're ready, to do that, and we can see how we can, it'll be a little stretch, but not much. We'll figure it out. Yes, gentlemen? Yes, we'll figure it out. Because I think that I have to agree, with the chamber, that it is definitely history for the city of Floresville.
Can we get her, can we get you on the board?
On this
Another
board?
meeting. No, she's talking about her board, she works for the chamber.
Oh, no, I'm talking about this board.
Oh, no,
Oh, no, she
because if
can't
she
be on
gets,
this board.
if she gets on this board, then she can't apply.
Um,
But she can get on your board for the chamber.
um,
Okay, so if there's no other questions, Viola, if you wouldn't mind, we do have an application for TMB and PRB Entertainment. Do you have a copy for everybody?
Yes, but I don't know why that logo came up on the bottom right
I'm
there.
sorry.
So it's gonna be hard to see on that one side.
I have the
have
original
copies.
here.
Yeah, you have the
I have
original,
the written script on though.
but it came out like that.
Okay. All right, so,
I couldn't make it
a
today.
representative of this, you can stay if you like.
Okay, I'll just stay.
Okay, the representative of this particular entertainment hosted the boxing match. And I do have to say that we were quite proud of how Worcester County News covered. I think they had a full inside page, and the next page was fully about really good boxing. And we've had some good feedback in reference to this boxing match. Not my cup of tea, but heck, it was a wonderful, and I think well attended. What was the amount?
Yeah, we had over 1,400 people here.
We had 1,400 people here. And so, of course, this is after the event, because he held this event in February. And so he's requesting how much?
I believe, let me go on there. 6,000, yes.
Yes, he's asking for 6,000. So, this is a request before you, but again, he was not able to make the meeting today. I look to, I know he is trying to do and host some other events, here at the city of Floresville.
What I liked about this, it was being shown live, I think, right? on the-
It showed live on the KSAT 12. It showed live for, I think, 2 or 3 minutes at KSAT 12, and they had, I think, 80 million views. And that's the
80
most,
million?
80 million, he said.
Million?
I wanna say, he said 80 million, that's the most that they ever had at KSAT 12. KSAT 12's never had anything like that. And he did, as far as, cause he worked with me, I'm getting the rental and everything. So it's a 2-day event, they held their weigh-ins at the Holiday Inn.
Right.
In the little room that they have there, and I attended, and it was packed, it was full of people. I told them the best thing to do is go around, talk to the hotels, try to get numbers. I know it's very hard to do, cause I try to do it myself, but they'll give you something. I know Holiday Inn and Days Inn, he got those 2 numbers, and they were 30 to 40 rooms.
Out of the 1,400 people that were here, I would guess less than 50, or less than 100 for sure were.
Yeah, say about 50 people were here from Floresville. Everybody else was from out of town, out of the 1,400 people. Everybody else was from all over Texas. I think there was, I wanna say 20 people that flew in from California that he had, some big names, pro boxing fighters, some entertainers out that way. So he did have some people come out. I know Holiday Inn was one of the biggest rooms that they had, that they were completely booked.
And he has expressed that he wants to bring back another event, or maybe even several events,
We're
but,
gonna need more people.
right, he's gonna need more people, and of course,
More people
any
knows about
assistance
it.
will help him, help him make it more profitable for him, but also definitely with the weigh-in at the hotels, and I think they had a media day before when they were making the
I
announcements.
think a week before.
Yeah, a week before, so they held a media day here where the boxings came, they used our gym and they had like a media day where the boxers came up and talked about the fight, and it was pretty entertaining. I think you attended, right, Danny? Yes, it was nice, it was a really good event.
So that was here at the event center, but then like I said, the weigh-in was at the hotel, and it's all about hotels and motels. So, this is his first event. I do have to say, I think he had one a while ago, but.
Yeah, I think he had one like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yes, but this one was, much more